When we look around the world, we see people with different living styles. Every day, people are busy managing their life and try to find happiness moment to moment. But all of these lives do not look just equal. This is our lives, our daily lives. A life of people who have access to education. A life of people who have ability to provide themselves with food. A life of people who have leisure to enjoy cultural facilities. However, right out there, it is not hard to see people having this kind of living styles. The gap between poor and the rich is getting bigger. Some people are suffering from poverty, but on the opposite side, things are not just sufficient but even overflowing and wasted. Then why is this inequality occurs in our society? Is this something that can be fixed? In this video, we aim to discuss one of the programs that greatly contributes to reduce the inequality and poverty that comes from it.
One of the programs that is now implemented worldwide in many countries is the CCT program, or better known as the Conditional Cash Transfer program. This program started and is highly successful in Latin American countries like Brazil, Mexico, and Chile. It is now being practiced by about 30 countries. Its objective is to provide cash payments to poor households that meet certain behavioral requirements generally related to children's healthcare and education. Its short term goal is to reduce poverty and fill financial needs of people, and its long term goal is to create changes in human capital investment. The requirements of the program is that the recipients must commit to undertaking behavioral changes in return for transfer.
Brazil's first CCT program was divided into three parts, and these were Bolsa Escola, Bolsa Alimentação, and Veilgas. Bolsa Escola focuses on the education of the children. Bolsa Alimentação focusing on healthcare and vaccination of the children. And lastly, Veilgas is a cash conditional transfer program with no conditions. But in the year 2001, organizations in Brazil combined these three into one. And SANORC, the National Secretariat of Citizen Income, brought out the Bolsa Familia program as combination of three formal programs. BFP, the Bolsa Familia program, is one of the largest CCT program in Latin America, and it is now reaching more than 12.4 million households. The beneficiaries of Bolsa Familia are the households with monthly per capita income of less than 120 reais, which is $69. The cash that the beneficiaries are receiving is differently distributed depending on the income of the family, with the range from 20 to 182 reais, 11 to $104, or 530 to 5,000 in pesos. Benefits are only delivered in following conditionality. In the part of education, the children must stay in school until they reach age of 17, and they must be able to perform at least 85% of school attendance for age up to 15 and 75% of attendance for age 15 to 18. In the field of health, all pregnant women must attend healthcare, and all children need to have growth checkup until they reach age of 6.
The program has a great impact on the reduction of the child labor as well as the child malnutrition. For example, in the semi-arid region, participation in the Bolsa Familia program has reduced the risk of chronic malnutrition in children under 5 years old by 30%. The greatest benefit was seen for children between age of 6 to 11 months. We can see here the 62% reduction in malnutrition. As a result, 90.4 million Brazilians have overcome extreme poverty since 2003. Moreover, Brazil achieved Target 1 of the Millennium Development Goals 10 years in advance, and it has set higher standards. There has also been a decrease in inequality, which dropped from 2001 to 2008, with the income of the bottom 10% growing 6 times faster than that of the top 10%. When we look at the Gini index, which is the indicator for measuring inequality, the Gini index in Brazil has been falling zero point 0.7 points per year. Evaluations point out that the Bolsa Familia program has great contributions to the reduction of inequality and poverty in Brazil. Considering that the main objective of the Bolsa Familia is the immediate alleviation of poverty, therefore, we can conclude that the program is more than effective but successful. Bolsa Familia does not appear to have negative impacts on the country. Based on the impact evaluations, the improvements are shown in many aspects.
The Philippines version of the CCT program is the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program, or better known as 4Ps. It is a poverty reduction program that provides conditional cash grants to the poorest of the poor in order to improve their state in terms of their health and nutrition, and most especially the education of children aged 0 to 18. The program was patterned after the CCT programs from Latin American countries such as Brazil and Mexico. It was piloted in the year 2007, and its expansion took place in 2008. The Pantawid Pamilya program now has 4.5 million beneficiaries according to the World Bank. These beneficiaries are households that belong to the Listahanan, or the National Household Targeting System for Poverty Reduction. The eligible beneficiaries are selected by the DSWD from the poorest municipalities based on the 2003 Small Area Estimates of Poverty Incidence generated by the NSCB. The cash grants range from 500 pesos to 1,400 pesos per household per month, depending on the number of eligible children. The program has requirements that the selected households have to comply with before the DSWD considers one as qualified or eligible to become a beneficiary of the program. After doing so, households then have to enroll their children in school, and these children have to maintain and have at least 85% attendance. The children should also get regular checkups and get necessary vaccines, and as for women, they must get pre- and postnatal care and must be attended by a professional medical practitioner or healthcare worker. The 4Ps has been acclaimed by the World Bank and said that it is one of the best targeted social safety net programs in the world. The World Bank also said that the country's poor and most vulnerable families are benefiting from the program. According to the DSWD's Program Implementation Status Report, as of the second quarter of the year 2015, the program is being implemented in 144 cities and 1,483 municipalities in 80 provinces, with a total of 4,391,768 active beneficiary households. As of 24th of June 2015, the program covers 41,519 barangays in all 144 cities and 1,483 municipalities in 80 provinces nationwide. Since its launch in 2008, Pantawid Pamilya has been scaled up rapidly and has become the cornerstone of the government's social protection efforts. By May 2012, the program covered approximately 3 million households. The number of beneficiaries increased by a rate of 54% per year on the average. In this graph, we can see that the gap between the enrollment rate of younger children that belong to the 4Ps program versus the ones who aren't, or the relatively richer children, has narrowed down to only 2% from what used to be 10% when the program started off. As for the older children, the enrollment rates for both CCT and non-CCT kids decreased drastically.
Can you explain the starting?
ng 4-piece. Nung unang-una talaga kami. Nung una, pinuntahan kami sa bahay. So ngayon, hinahanap yung mga pamilya na talagang kung magkano lang kinikita ng head of the family. So, papasok lang kami sa 10,000 or 12,000. Pwede kami mag-join doon kasi mababa ang pinaka-bracket namin eh. Tapos ngayon, 3 family, kailangan may elementary tsaka high school ang mga anak mo. So ngayon, sa tatlo na yan, isang elementary, dalawang high school ko. So pasok sila doon sa pinaka-programa. Kaya kami nakuha. So ngayon, doon sa lugar namin, talagang maraming nakuha doon sa pinaka-lugar namin. Sa CAA, almost 1,600 4-piece member. CAA lang yun. Maraming bata. Tapos, yung iba, hindi naman totaling anak nila, apo. Bilang lola, beneficiary. Tapos, yung mga kaapu-apuhan, yun yung kasama nila doon sa bahay. So, 1,600. So, napili ako bilang 4-piece leader. So, ang pinaka-member ko ngayon ay 42 member beneficiaries. So, yun yung pinaka-inaalagaan ko. Ngayon, may monthly meeting kami. So, maganda yung programa ng 4-piece.
How do people join? They have to write form or like
Interview. Tapos, CI. Depende kasi sa mga magsi-CI. Minsan, hindi agad-agad na papasok sila sa lugar nyo, ay gusto kong sumali. Hindi ganon. Kailangan, lahat sa street na yun, kukunin nila yung mga pangalan. Tapos, mga next day, interview. Yung interview na yun, sa papers na yun na in-interview nila, kukuha sila doon ng mga information. Kung talagang papasok ka ba, kasi may mga number. Once na tinotal nila yun, na talagang hindi ka pumasok doon sa pinaka-bracket nila, pasok ka doon. Ikaw yung pinaka-lowest na family na kailangan tulungan ng gobyerno. Yan ang ano nila.
Is it helpful? Is it effective? Like that?
Oo.
And then, what benefits are the people getting?
Benefits, yun, nakakakuha kami ng money. Sa 3 children na elementary, bawat buwan doon, 300. So, 900. Sa magulang, 500. I-times 2 mo yun. Bali nakukuha ng isang family sa loob ng 2 months, 2,800. Yun yung pinaka-benefits na natatanggap namin sa gobyerno.
How about education, healthcare, like that?
Kasama na yan doon sa, yung money, kasama yan doon sa 2,800. Pero doon sa health, talagang monthly. Nandun kami sa health center.
For free?
Check up talaga. Free na yun. Papakita mo lang yung ID mo. Tapos, kailangan may monitoring. Kami bilang isang leader, nagmo-monitor kami.
Okay.
Ganun. Tapos, pinapasa din namin sa DSWD. Sa 20 member ko na may mga baby na 0 to 4 years old, kailangan monitor ko sila. Kasi ang monitor na yan, nasa akin yung form. Once hindi ko sila minonitor, mababawasan yung pera nila. Kailangan mo monitor ko. Tapos yung attendance ng mga bata sa school, quarterly, monitoring din ako.
What changes in people's life? Like, what's changing?
Sa changes naman nila, medyo may pagbabago. Kasi noon, hindi kasi nila naiintindihan kung paano higpitan yung pera. Basta lang makahawak ng pera na sahod ng asawa, go. Ito na, bili. Samantala, nandun kami sa 4-piece ngayon, medyo may pagbabago sila ng konti kasi nandun yung FDS namin eh. Kasi minsan hindi mo rin kasi masabi hindi pare-pare yung isip ng tao. Kasi bakit pera naman namin to, di ba? Yung mga ganong hindi nandun unti-unti sila nakakaintindi kasi pinapaintindi ng pastor. Kaya may mga bagay na hindi nila naintindihan noon pero ngayon kahit paano na-apply nila sa sarili nila. Yun yung pagbabago nila.
Do you have any suggestion like any idea or suggestion that you can add, or not really complaints, but it will be better if there is something like that. If you want to add something to the program.
Ah, kumpara sa akin, kung halimbawa tuloy-tuloy ngayon kasi di ba, mag-election, alam mo sa Pilipinas, di ba? Maraming ganun, maraming ganyan. Pero kung sa akin lang, gusto kong ipagpatuloy. Kasi kung ano yung nakakamta namin sa ngayon, gusto ko makamta ng mga nasa susunod na henerasyon. Kasi magandang programa. Ang sa akin lang, sana yung mga susunod, huwag abusuhin. Kasi yung programa na to, once sa inabuso kasi, walang mangyayari. Kawawa yung mga bata. Diba? Ganun lang yung kung ako naman, halimbawa, interviewin din ako sa iba, ganun ipapaliwanag ko. Sana tuloy-tuloy. Kasi magandang programa nila. Mas lalo yung scholarship ng mga college ngayon. Sino ba naman kami parang oo, nandun na nagtatrabaho yung asawa ko, nandun tumutulong ako. Pero hindi, sa mahal pa rin talaga ng pagpaaral. Diba? Yun lang yung ano ko. Dagdag na lesson ko sana sa mga ulit. Sa sunod na henerasyon. Na kung sino lang may manalo dyan sa ano natin, politika na yan, yun lang. Pagpatuloy sa ano nila. Diba?
Okay, salamat po.
Sige.